You guys, hope everybody's doing well. It's Wednesday around lunchtime. I'm just going to do a recap of what we did this morning. I was trading a lot for mobile. I've been largely just kind of taking Thanksgiving break this week. So hope everybody has a good Thanksgiving tomorrow and is having a good week. I'll hit on some global macro. Also, I think we're actually positioning, a lot of markets are kind of coiling here into the end of the year as the big picture global macro from a growth perspective is actually, growth is starting to pick up. I'll highlight why that is. And there's always more than one reason, several factors, but just the main points that we want to hit on. I'll touch on that. But before I do so, I had some of you asking me about working simultaneous positions or pairs traded, even when we're day trading. So I'm gonna maybe just teach a little bit here on the review of what I did this morning. And then I'm going to give you guys an update on some of these Black Friday sales. So I have a pre-market or early Black Friday still going on. And if you come here, go to jenkinscm.com, memberships. I've combined, this is still in what I'm calling the total trading package. So you get our Cycle Edge room, which is all the real-time alerts, and that's our live like 24/7 chat. But if you click here, you're going to get the options Edge program and be a part of that team, as well as the prop program. So you click get access, and I updated the discounting here for that. So it's 33% off. It's all the Forex course. It's the Pi Cycle course. It's our institutional prop modeling process. It's the options course. So huge value there, guys. It's about 11 grand in value. And then this is the first time I've offered an affiliate type of program. I only want to do it for people that are on the prop program or on the options team. Reason being, because I look at it like building out a trading desk and recruiting from within, and then just making that available to those that know the process and the model and that are all on the same page. But if you guys want to go out, I'm going to, this price might change from time to time when I do discounts, but I'll be willing to get anybody in the program that wants to earn an extra $500 for everybody that comes in as we build this desk out. I know some of you are online marketers. You've built pretty big followings. Some of you I know do a lot of charting on TradingView or other places or your own social feeds. But I can set you up with an affiliate link, and I can help you with landing pages. We can talk about videos. We can make some ad strategies if you want. But I think it's a great way if you've got time and you're looking to earn extra money. There's a lot of people that are kind of displaced with work and things this year and COVID. So not only are we trying to equip you guys and make you better traders and help you make extra money that way, but I thought this was a great way we could partner up. So I put this together in between some vacation. But yeah, we can talk more if you guys are interested. If you're already in the prop team and you want to do this, then there's a link you can click. Just come back to the homepage in the top left, you'll see affiliates. And just put your email in and your phone number, and I'll reach out to you, and we can talk more on that. But so if you guys think about it, what's it worth? You get this in front of 10 people, that's $5 grand. Does that help you cover the cost of the program? It's more than covers the cost of the program. Does that help you set up a small futures account if you want? Some of you drive traffic in the thousands. What if you put 100 people on the next 6 months? That's 50 grand. So I know some of you are, go-getters, and you know how to make stuff happen. And if that's what you want to partner on, I think it makes a lot of sense. Here's the link for that. That's that. And then if you come down here, where were we just at? Memberships. So the final cost of the program guide with the discount right now is, it's another $1,000 off than what we normally do. So it's only $199, and that includes the right to set you up with the affiliate link if you want to do some things there. All right. So what I did today was about a $4,000 day between being short S&P and then long Nasdaq. So here on the left, this is 1 minute chart. We really started working that on the short side, just covering 1 minute and 5 minute cycles. And then the art of that is kind of getting heavier as you break down. Now, I wasn't worried about the Nasdaq breaking down unless we took out pi. So on the right hand side, you can see the 1 minute cycles I was working. I'll come back to another chart on the, well, here's the 5 minute. So you can see pi was below the market, and we just actually held it again. I bought another contract in front of pi here into lunch. Didn't even make sales on the highs, but just on a little small tight range, you're able to get back and forth on some 5 minute and 1 minute cycles. And you don't need to overcomplicate it. I think where some of you struggle is you think you either have to be all long or all short. You think, I know it's kind of tough to compartmentalize some of that stuff out, but there's ways you can organize it, especially if you're trading longer term versus day trades, and you're trying to do stuff all in the same account. There's some different tricks you can do. But really, if I'm short, I'm just trading the model the same way. 5 minute trend is down, and 1 minute trend is down. I'm trading with the cycles. And then on the other side of that, I'm just trading the 5 minute along the Nasdaq edges. So it's all the same stuff we teach. S&Ps, $900, Nasdaq, $3,000. So guys, I mean, I don't know what it's worth to you to learn a model that stuff that I paid 12 grand for when I was learning to trade Forex, simple concepts that I put into an entire model that we use when we're trading treasuries, to where you're pulling out on 1, 2, 3 contracts in futures. You can start pulling out $2,000, $3,000, $5,000 days. A lot of you are starting to do that. And then I help you get funded too. If some of you are undercapitalized, then we can help with that also. And so we're doing that through Top Step that we partner with out of Chicago. They've got discounts right now up to 33% on the monthly, which is just a cost of doing business. If you guys wanted to join any other trading firm, it'd probably cost you $200-$300 just in live quote feeds. Plus they're charging you commissions. This is commission free. You know, there's a lot of other costs sometimes in trading. So this is for you to be able to trade 15 contracts. I mean, I did $5 grand a day on I was never long more than 5 contracts, and I did it $4 grand. So I'll help you get funded. I've done it. You can get this is the day trade side that I'm showing. They have a swing trade account. A lot of you are doing that right now because you're not quite have the time to day trade. But you can take these positions over the night because they're using the micro lots. So we can help with that on the prop team. And then also, if you wanted to trade Forex, they have a program for that as well. And you can trade a lot of pairs. There's 24 different pairs here to trade, all the majors. But I can get you guys a discount 20% on that Forex also through our program. So you get coaching, you get time with me, a lot of time with me. We can trade in real time. It's just the best way to learn. You've got solution to try to get you some capital, and don't go blowing your own account. Might as well pay for the knowledge and the skill sets, and then also an opportunity to earn some money if you want to help build out the team, be a team player. That said, guys, actually, I am going to have one brand new service coming out. It's going to be around volatility, trading vol for next year. And I'm going to actually launch it here after Thanksgiving. So keep an eye out on that. And let's just hit big picture. So what was I going to say? Here's S&P. I'm outside. It's a little bit hard to see my screen. We're holding the bands right now on the 30-minute. I wouldn't be surprised if we start to rally up. This 30-minute cycle's coming up the rest of the day. I'd keep an eye on that if you guys are day trading into the close. Nasdaq, you had a big move yesterday. Kind of sometimes you'll get those outside momentous moves in a holiday. We'll see if that continues. We held 5 minute on Nasdaq also. So if you bought into pi on the 5-minute, this is a spot where you take some off on the 1-minute. See the 1-minute cycle's high, RSI is coming back up. But let's just start, if you look at something like the Nasdaq or Amazon, we've been in this big, wide consolidating pattern. We have a big multi-week month sell-off September when growth was slowing and you had inflation coming off. Then we had the election, we rallied back. In October, we had been flowed back towards the bands and we held the daily cycle. And you can see the RSI is kind of hanging out sideways right now without really pushing to any extremes. And I think the big thing to note from here is this handle or sideways tight range that we've been in. So this is the coiling I was speaking about at the beginning of the video. If you start to trade up through here, as growth's accelerating, there's a lot of potential here to make new highs, I think, into the end of the year in the first quarter. So the reason why growth's accelerating, it has a lot to do with, think about where we were this time last year, guys. We were, we were coming off where basically the market was starting to roll over, right? So all the stock market crashed, and then we had all the numbers and the data and everything imploded. So now, a year later, it's going to be easy to beat those numbers on what they call a comparison basis or a comps basis. So there's other factors that you want to look in to see whether or not the U.S. economy is accelerating, but that seems to be probably the trajectory that we're on. So it's different than what we had going into August, September, October. And I think the market's kind of starting to front run that a little bit in this basing period. Now, obviously, the election outcome is still uncertain. The market cares about that, but you could say that either scenario, the market may want to go higher. The worst things you've got stimulus. Anything that happens with a vaccine is positive. So there's still a lot of catalysts, I think, take the market up. But from our model and our trend perspective, I mean, only unless you take out these November lows is anything going to look like it's breaking down. So I want to keep an eye on this tight base, and if we start to move, kind of start to gain some traction above this area, then I think you got a really good shot at taking that run at new highs. And I think from there we'll probably see follow through. So playing a core long in tech, Amazon, same thing. I mean, you just have a real clear wedge going on. And this can be powerful if it starts to break to the upside. Look how tight this is, guys. A lot of times when you do this and then you reach an apex, and if you start to go, that's an easy technical pattern that a lot of the machines and individuals and people are going to notice that, and it can be very reflexive to the upside. That said, on the down, care about 3,000. I care about this again, this November low. If that breaks, then you open up the door for the 200. You open up the door for full pi cycle, which would be pretty brutal. You do have a VIX that's low, actually at the low end of the range. So even though equities are kind of sideways, the VIX was actually make me a little bit more cautious, being back here near 20. It just kind of depends on how you want to play it. And the other big move this week was gold. So we talked about 1850 was major. I said, if you're going to be long, buy 1850 strike puts, because you want to hedge the bottom of this technical support area and the bottom of this range trade. The floor was really clear. You broke that. You saw some follow through, some selling yesterday. And if you don't hold the 200, then the model says you go back to pi. So I'm long futures, but I have these 1850 strike puts, and I'm just going to hold those. And I'm in no rush to really size up on the long side. I like being a little bit busier on silver on the short side now that we've kind of broken. And then maybe we'll reassess and take a little bit more long risk, longer term down at like 1700 if we get the full pi cycle. So you can be a little bit more active now in silver. That's been a good hedge on the short side. Big picture, oil made new highs. I think you've got some inflation going through the global macro. That's the call there, that inflation's going to accelerate. The higher the oil goes, that's just going to be more of the same, which is actually bearish for bond yields. Oil making new highs. So you cannot be short here. Didn't fail at pi, and now we might have a completely different cycle underway. Depends on what happens with the dollar, obviously, too, which is getting a little bit more of a range trade, but you're testing the bottom of the range there. If that breaks and we have a bigger picture move down and finally take out this trend channel, then you're going to have a lot of people calling for the 2017-18 lows, like the 2018 lows, and that's a pretty big move. That puts the euro up towards 120, 121. Oh, sorry, 123. So that matters. That matters for inflation. That matters for the gold market. It matters for Bitcoin, which has been probably the best performing asset this quarter. 20,000 is obviously the big level to watch there. You're overbought. We took some profits. There's another thing I was going to say. Oh, bond yield. So if you get that inflation, guys, that's going to be bad for the long end. So I sold some stuff yesterday. I covered a little bit, but you can reset some shorts here at pi. I'm also playing a long in 10s from lower. So I took some profit on that into the 200. He had the roll yesterday, so this chart might look a little bit different. But long 10s, short 30s. Ultras have been kind of in a wide range. I sold some up at pi, covered that yesterday and this morning. I'd be a seller on a bigger cycle, like a 4-hour daily cycle back up in the long end there. That's it. Hope you guys have a great holiday. Sign up, be a part of the prop program, be a part of the options program, start making real money, get on the path to getting some capital, get around a global group of traders that you're not trading by yourself. There's lots to learn, a lot of information. And then for those of you that want to kind of run with me on growing the team and the desk, there's an opportunity there. I'd love to work with you, try to help you make some money on that front too. All right, guys, take care. I'll be back in Chicago next week. I'm in Florida. I'm going to go enjoy that. And then I'll probably, I'll have a couple more videos though here Friday before I head out to the airport. Okay, guys, take care. Bye.